Hi there. I'm out in my car and I'm on a shopping trip, a little shopping trip. And if you look over here, you'll see lens right in between. The sign says lens and it says supplies for creative people. Now I was in this store. This is really, I like to go here a lot. This is really neat store. They do framing, but they also have art supplies and needlework. So this is one of my favorite places to come. The last time that I was in here, I asked if I could do a video, a shopping video, and put it on my YouTube channel, and at that time they said yes. I asked permission and the owner of the store said yes. So here we go. This is a tour of one of the Lens. And this is one of the shops where I really like to come to get inspired and to buy art supplies and needlework. I just love all these samplers that they display on the wall. Sometimes I come just to see the samplers. Aren't these just gorgeous? I get so inspired, both with my needlework and my art, just to come in and look at these. Look at this peacock. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it. You see those little yellow tags? Those are numbers, and those refer back to the designer and the chart. Now right below that, lo and behold, there's some screen printing ink. Now I have never really, well, it's printing ink. It's block printing ink. And I've done block printing, but I've never used this type of ink before, so this is something that I will explore someday. Look at this. Look at this sampler. Now that's done on over-dyed fabric. Sorry for the glare. Some of these are framed behind glass. Little houses. There's a Green Bay Packer football player back there. And here's a Thomas Kincaid. Now, I'll just bet this is stitched over one, and that means it's done one thread over one thread. Tiny, tiny stitches. Let's see if I can get them to focus. There we go. Can you imagine? Just beautiful. It just takes my breath away to look at these cross-stitch pictures and these needlework pictures, and these samplers are just, they're just gorgeous. And the walls, the entire walls are just filled with them. Now, as you walk on, oh, my other passion, art. Here are all the Liquitex supplies. This is where I found my airbrush medium one day. I was desperately looking for airbrush medium, and lo and behold, they had it. And here's the golden art supplies or paints. And you walk down the aisle and you're back in the needlework. It blows my mind. And over that way are the patterns. And all the silks and flosses. And then I turn around and I'm at the art pads again. Journals, multimedia art journals. I get so inspired coming in here. Here's some more screen printing. You can see they have the brayers, and all of these are books and art journals. And I turn around and, oh, I'm back at the threads. They have a good supply of threads. One that I like to buy are the sampler threads. I'm going to pull one out here and show you. These happen to be the grays. You have them hanging on the racks. They've got the anchor threads. All sorts of needlework supplies. I'm going kind of fast here, and I'm also trying to stay out of the way of their customers. So I'm just giving you kind of a flyover of one of the favorite places where I like to shop. Scissors? Oh yeah, scissors. And then you go over to this wall, and they actually have some pieces for sale. Look at that, 13 colonies. And this sampler up here, it's $80, but boy, it's worth every penny of those $80. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Look at that, just gorgeous. And for you frog lovers, here's a green frog. Isn't this gorgeous? And here's where I actually decide to pick something up and buy it. There's got some, well, there's those little sheep there, but I'm looking at these little trims with the teeny little pom-poms. And I'm choosing a color. I see blacks and browns. I'm looking for a red to use on my Christmas card. I'm looking at a brown there. But I do hunt for it, and I do find a red. There it is. That's one of my purchases that I make for the day. Overdyed embellishments and the little trim. And oh, look, there are some scissor fobs, beaded scissor fobs. That was a mystery sampler for those of you that do needlework. We're kind of in the needlework section today. There's a ornament magazine that we all know and love. Just your heart's desire in there. You turn around and here's my other heart's desire. I'm going back to the art section now. Going down this aisle is where they have their acrylics and their different mediums. I think these are Winsor & Newton, Williamsburg acrylics. I'm going really kind of fast. These are oil colors in here. Just fun to look at and so inspiring. This section over here, they have their needlework charts that you can come in and browse at your leisure and buy, and there's some magazines. Now, over in this section is where they do their framing. I swear, every time I walk in there, they are framing some gorgeous, gorgeous piece. It just takes my breath away. And of course, here's some watercolors. You turn the corner, and I'm about ready to make another purchase. These are those new Winsor & Newton QUR core watercolors in the tubes. But you look down here, and there's these Dr. P.H. Martin's Radiant Concentrated Watercolor. And I have never worked with these. I actually pick up things that I'm really excited to work with. I bought a sepia color and a brown color. You can see me zooming down here to find, I think I'm looking at the brown there. I have to pull it off of the rack to get a closer look. Finding it in my camera here. Oh yes, once I have it in my hands, and it looks like it's really fun to experiment with. You're going to see me experimenting with that, and I go back and later and choose a sepia color. And here I'm just showing you some of the other watercolors out here, and on the other aisle there are brushes. And there is a man shopping down this aisle too, so I'm trying my hardest to avoid getting people in my little makeshift video here. And you saw the shop owner walk by there. So she knows that I'm taking this video, and look at mulatto markers. Oh, and they have the jacquards, and over here is more samplers and more needlework hanging on the walls. It just takes my breath away. Look at these. They are just gorgeous. I wish you could see these in person, because showing them on a video is nice, but seeing them in real life, I'm trying to zoom in on this horse, get a better view of him. These are just beautiful pieces of needlework, just professionally framed, just takes my breath away. Just all styles too. I love that horse. And look at that bird up there, and two more horses, and samplers of all sorts. I'd love to have, well, I did have a sampler wall of vintage samplers in one of my apartments, but they're all packed away now. Look at that. Oh. And here's a Christmas tree. Merry Christmas. And I love those samplers that are done in just one color. And there's Santa flying over the rooftops there. Love it. Just love it. And the alphabet samplers, that's a Halloween one. Little crow sitting on a pumpkin, and there's some flowers. And that Spot the Horse there, I have that chart. And over in this area is where they do all their framing. I don't walk down that aisle. There are people down there, and I don't want to disturb them. And then they have a whole rack of handmade papers that I am going to explore one day. So I'm back at the brushes and the watercolors. I mean, I could spend all day in here. Just fun things to explore. And I think I'm coming up to it. Yes, I am. Look, they got in their jelly plates. I was so tempted. I was so tempted. But I'm sticking to my budget. I did find a China marker, and I asked for help on this. I found a China marker and a Stabilo watercolor pencil, and you saw them in my splash screen. And I bought that red trim and those watercolors, and that's what I'm going to be working with this week, because they're all, the watercolor and the Stabilo pencils are new to me, and I kind of want to explore them. So that was my little shopping trip. I hope that you've enjoyed it. And if you're ever in Madison, you want to look up Lynn's, and she's out in West Madison. Thank you for shopping with me.